Hey, this is MassX with a brand new Marvel Mystic Mayhem video. I woke up, had a pleasant surprise, was able to get to level 51 today, so I was pretty happy about that. I gotta say, the breakthrough portion was not as horrible as it was for 40 to 41 and so on, so that was the good news. But we're here today to talk about our newest banner in Captain America and why I can honestly say when I first pulled this character, and I did it I think in 50 pulls, so it wasn't horrible as it was for me for Iron Man, I was not impressed at all. Now, caveat, this character's bad if you just pull him and that's it. Now, he gets better mattering on what you do with him, and that's what we're going to talk about here. So looking at this character, he is a defender, concussive, his talents, and that's what we got to talk about, as well as his soul saga. So forward defense level 1, when you get that, when using shield strike and offensive stance, you gain a shield equal to 15% of Captain America's max HP. Then for frontline leader, that is while in the magic circle of assemble, shield strike deals 50% more damage. And for super soldier, which opens up at level 61, for every 1000 max HP, attack increases by 15 up to 450, and for every 100 defense, attack increases by 15. So it's really trying to get you to beef this character up. Now, expert tactician, right now I have it at level 5. I have not had time since I leveled up to go ahead and work on the talents yet, but at level 5 at the start of battle, enters offensive stance, uses the best defense to switch between offensive stance and defensive stance. When you're in offensive stance, the attack increases by 17.6% at where it's at now, and it's going to scale. In defensive stance, defense increases by 26.4%. and that's also going to scale. Now, close combat at level 5, it's the basic attack, deals 45% of Captain America's attack as physical damage, and that's also going to scale. But now we need to talk about what really counts, the main skills. We have shield strike, okay? At level 5, throws a shield that bounces between enemies up to 4 times, dealing 280% of Captain America's attack as physical damage, and that figure will scale based on the level. Gain additional effects based on the current stance. Offensive stance makes allies prioritize attacking the selected target enemy for 6 seconds, which is nice. I'm finding it useful now the more I play the character. Defensive stance taunts all enemies for 6 seconds, which you also know taunt is a good mechanic. Now for the buff, the ultimate. This is where it gets interesting, and we're going to talk about how this character has a lot of similarities to another character. At level 5, okay, the energy cost is 200. Choose one of the following effects to activate. Switch to offensive stance and gain 3 mana. Very nice. Switch to defensive stance and grant all allies shield equal to 28%, and that amount will scale based on the level of Captain America's max HP, which is nice to help protect your other characters with you. Now for assemble. At level 5, the skill create a magic circle in the target area. Based on the current stance, the magic circle lasts for 10 seconds. Offensive stance increases the attack of allies within the magic circle by 44%, and that scales, which has become very effective, and the usefulness of switching between these two is really important. And one of the things I'm slowly liking more and more about this game is auto mode really isn't the way to play this. As more characters come out with choices, you really do have to play manual on a lot of things to break through them and effectively use your characters. Now for defensive stance, reduces the damage taken by allies within the magic circle by 44%, and that also will scale based on the level. So he has a nice kit. It's very well rounded. He has the defense, he has attack, he helps your other characters on the field. He does a lot. He has a nice toolbox little kit here that is useful in a lot of situations, but he needs to be able to really push that as quick as possible. And when I had the character with just flat nothing without his highlight that's particular to him, which we'll talk about, and even just one dupe, I felt the character lacked muscle. It dragged. It was becoming a hindrance. But things change when you push this character. And the key to that really is Soul Saga under the Mind 1. You gain 100 ultimate energy at the start of battle. That really helps him ramp up much faster to really take advantage of some stuff. In addition to that, his highlight is really good. It's not just good for him, but it's really good for him. This highlight, the wearer's HP and defense increases by 10%, flat right there, boom. When they use their ultimate move, all allies deal 10% more damage for 10 seconds, also great. When equipped by Captain America, an additional effect applies. Using Assemble when at least 3 allies are in range, refunds 1 mana, which really helps him also speed up the rotation. So yeah, when you're looking at artifacts for this character, I haven't put a lot of focus on them yet. It's time for me to start farming some more artifacts again. Of course, HP is always going to help this character. Increase the wearer's attack speed, after a skill. Not really great. I think I'd rather go with some energy gain, honestly. But like I said, my big focus right now hasn't been on the artifacts for him. It's been trying to see how playable this character is with one copy and highlight, and with one copy, a dupe and a highlight. And I can tell you now that there's a huge difference with that. So what does that mean for people that want this character? Well, honestly, if you're free to play, I think this banner is a hard skip. Why? Because you have other options out there. If you have Juggernaut, you've got Hulk, we know that. If you got armor, they're all gonna be good and they all do things. Now he does do more. He reminds me a lot of Doctor Strange. He's a very similar character to Doctor Strange. Has a very useful toolkit of skills that you can manipulate based on what you need in that moment while you're playing. That's what makes Cap good, okay? And that's what makes Strange good too. So I don't put him at a level of Strange yet. I'm not sold on him completely because, like with Strange, he is good with one copy. We don't have his highlight. I don't have any dupes. He's good, period. Scarlet Witch is good just with one copy. Iron Man is good just with one copy. Cap, I really believe, needs that dupe and highlight, and then he is really good. But that, again, to me, says, hey, free to play, I would skip this. Light spender, I would skip this, because you have alternatives out there that you can work with that you've probably already have built. And if you don't have built, you already have in your library of characters. And that's why this character is bad and good. He's a bad character if you're only gonna pull one copy, in my opinion at least. He's a very good character, upper tier, when you're willing to put the investment into him with one dupe, with the highlight that you can get. Then he becomes really good. So that's why I can't recommend this character to most people, because of that. Honestly, I spent at least an hour playing him with just nothing else but the bare minimum and was not impressed. The highlight, when I did that, seems better. When I did the dupe and he got that push right there at the beginning with that ultimate energy at the start of battle, then he was like, whoa, okay, this character is good, really good. And using that character with a team such as Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange was really actually a lot of fun to play. Why? Because you've got Strange and Cap with all these different choices, so you can manipulate what's going on at any given time. And then of course you got Scarlet Witch just banging out the damage for you. Really was a great team synergy and I enjoyed it. But again, I can't recommend this character if you're unable to pull at least to 80, and that is still a gamble, because then you're hoping that you at least get one copy of him, and then you get the highlight, and then did you get a second copy? If you didn't, now you're still a little bit less, but okay with the highlight. So yeah, in my opinion, this is a hard skip for most people right now for those reasons, as well as it's early in the game, okay? It's early in the game. We know there'll be a lot more characters to come, and Cap, to me, might actually be a little bit of a bait and switch to get people to jump early game, and then they're going to put out a must-have character, and people are going to have to spend. I know nothing more. I'm just saying it kind of feels like that. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you pulled on this character, and if you did, how lucky you got. With that, as always, please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Have a great day.